This might...
Before you turned on your television set and sat down to watch this program, the world of Jonathan Winters was already in motion. It's a wide world peopled with a variety of characters, all of them Jonathan. A world completely unpredictable, like no other world in the universe. And it's on display for our audience here in the studio right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Winters. Jonathan, the whole world and everything in it can be props to trigger your imagination. But right now, we'd like to start you off with one simple thing. A pen and pencil set. Here you are. See what you can do with it.
Why, it's a casket for little ants.
Hi, folks.
Pen and pencil set.
Count 6. Next year, we better get in UN or...
What a hold. Very good.
My name's Wally Nymph, and I live here in the forest. I'm one of the wood nymphs. We shoot ink.
All right, Doctor, I'll take my own temperature. Never mind. 512. Get me out of the service. Keep your hands up, Bob. Do as I tell you. I've got all the messages in these guns. No fun being hit by paper, is it? Arrows are pretty, though, aren't they? Water skis. Ready to go up? Take me by the stands. I don't miss that chick. Sun's out. I don't need these things.
As I see it, we'll chart 2 by land, 5 by sea. We'll arrive here at this area.
What do you think, Bob? Sober up, Bob. What do you think? Well? Gee, these are good. Right after a big game like I played today, I smoke these. Why don't you try them? It's really a pen. They don't hurt you. Just make your tongue funny.
You better come out of the tree, Bobby. No kidding. Oh, I got Bobby and his sister and 2 bunnies.
Of course, you can use them just as a pen and pencil.
Welcome to the world of Jonathan Winters. Starring Jonathan, of course, and Nanette Fabre. With Cliff Norton, John Myers, and speaking here, Alexander Scory.
The world of Jonathan Winters is brought to you by...
irrational. That's all there is to that. Their heads are full of cotton, hay, and rags. They're nothing but exasperating, irritating, vacillating, calculating, agitating, maddening, and infuriating hags.
Why can't a woman be more like a man? Men are so honest, so thoroughly square.
Eternally noble, historically fair, who, when you win, will always give your back a pat.
Why can't a woman be like that?
Yes.
Why does everyone do what the others do? Why can't a woman learn to use her head?
Why do they do everything their mothers do? Why can't they grow up like their fathers instead?
Why can't a woman take after a man? Men are so pleasant, so easy to please.
Whenever you're with them, you're always at ease. Would you be slighted if I didn't speak for hours?
Of course not.
Would you be little if I had a drink or two?
Never.
Would you be wounded if I never sent you flowers?
Are you kidding?
Why can't a woman be like you? Why can't a woman be like a man? Men are so friendly, good-natured and kind. A better companion you never will find. If I were hours late for dinner, would you bellow? Of course not. If I forgot your silly birthday, would you fuss? Nonsense. Would you complain if I took out another fella? Never. Why can't a woman be like us?
Hi there, sport fans. My name's Flip Wills. Just before a big game every day, I always have these. Spinach crisp. Crispy. They're good for you. Make you strong. Give you strong breath.
Wait, hold it. Thank you very much.
Pour some in there like that. What are these things? That's the things that, boy, that's it. That's them things.
The fantastic power failure, which plunged the entire eastern seaboard of the United States and Canada into total darkness, has already gone down in history as the biggest short circuit of all time. But during the hours of blackout, 80 million people tried to go on with business as usual as best they could.
We are now going to name some places in the blackout area and let Jonathan show us just what happened in these places the instant the lights came on again. After 10 hours of blackout in New York, the scene, the operating room of Blair General Hospital. And now, the lights go on.
Gee, I'm sorry, nurse. That was your appendix. Well, you should have said something. Panicked, screamed, done something. No, just use it as skip rope.
There's been no power for 10 hours in the death house at Sing Sing.
You know, I've been warden here at Sing Sing for 25 years now, Lefty. Bless your heart. And I want to tell you something. You've been mighty brave through this whole thing. You know, sitting here for about 10 hours, half juiced. Just waiting for the power to go back on. You're a real sport, Lefty.
The scene is a dentist's office on Broadway, where a patient has been trapped in the chair for 10 hours while his dentist worked over him in the dark.
But listen, doctor, I just came in here to get my teeth clean. You pulled every tooth in my face. Boy, you really threw me a curve, buddy. Because listen, I'm a Shakespearean actor, and I'm going to look awful funny tonight. Trying to do that third act in Hamlet. 50 knots, therefore, you bust that thing in my chest, and see how it sounds? See how it sounds? It's all wrong. There.
The blackout is in effect in the milking shed of a dairy farm in Vermont.
Can't understand it, bossy. You're not giving any milk. Rover.
Throughout the country, afternoon television has become the exclusive property of the American housewife. So, as a special treat for the many housewives in our audience tonight, we're proud to present a preview of a new afternoon television program designed especially for them.
Girls, good afternoon and welcome to another edition of your Woman's Page of the Air. This is your editor, Purity Bruce. Now, we're bringing you the third show in our series, What is Man? Our guest today is the man known to women everywhere as the world's greatest lover. So come on, girls, let's give him a big welcome right now. Here he is, Mr. Lance Loveguard.
Girls, back in the truck where you belong. Hello, sweetie. Are you in love with me, baby? Get a good look. How about it? Wasn't that a thrill in itself? Am I just sitting down here beside you?
Yes, of course, Mr. Loveguard, of course. Now, Mr. Loveguard, now,
Are you a phys ed teacher?
I beg your pardon.
I don't know why you're dressed like one.
Yes, of course.
Sure, you
Now,
haven't blown up any basketballs or something.
Mr. Loveguard, if you don't mind, we don't wear...
Don't look in my eyes. You couldn't stand the thrill, sweetheart.
I'm sorry. Now, Mr. Loveguard,
Cool,
on this
baby.
program, if you don't mind, I have some questions here that
Shoot, baby, shoot. Lay 'em on me, baby.
Yes, sir. I have some questions I'd like to ask you for the girls out there in the audience.
Girls out there, hi, babies.
Mr. Loveguard, as the world's greatest lover, what one quality do you always look for in a woman?
Well, first of all, she must be living. Wild, frivolous, gay, stupid.
Yes, but the ideal woman must have certain desirable features.
Yes, she must have that. The ideal woman must have the lips of Sophia Loren, the fingers of Jane Fonda, and the feet of Minnie Mouse.
But what about her mind?
I go where the action is, sweetheart. Stop trying to look under my glasses. Get away from me. You're dizzy. Go out of your skull.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, Mr. Loveguard. Now, look, if you don't mind, I have a few more questions. Some of them are a little personal.
What? Yes.
Would you mind telling the audience, and just be frank with us now,
Sure.
how many love affairs have you really had?
Let's see. About 289,000. If somebody hasn't tinkered with my IBM machine.
289,000, Mr. Loveguard. How could you possibly have had that many
Well,
romances?
for the last couple of years, I've been working stadiums.
Mr. Loveguard, 289,000 love affairs, really?
Oh, what do you want from me? Until I was 25 years old, I was a sissy.
But really, how could you possibly go from affair to affair? Now, there certainly must have been hard feelings when you break up a romance.
Never. I always say the right thing and they go away without any trouble.
What in the world could you possibly say to those women?
Hi, honey, I got the mumps.
Mr. Loveguard, your arrogance is absolutely disgusting.
Go easy on me, sweetheart. This is a benefit.
Do you mean to tell me that you've never met a woman that you couldn't win?
Never. When I see a woman that makes my heart go thump, thump, do I waste my time sending her flowers and spending a fortune on her? Do I write her poetry, sing romantic songs under her window? I do not. I merely walk up to her and present her with this card. Read it, sweetie.
Kiss me. I'm the world's greatest lover. Don't make me look bad. This is ridiculous. Do you expect me to believe that women fall at your feet because of that stupid card?
Pretty card, isn't it? First the card and then the coup de grace, my hot zap look.
Your what?
My hot zap look. No woman can resist it.
Well, I can resist your hot zap.
Easy,
look.
baby.
You're
Easy.
a phony. That's what you are. You're a hot zap.
How
Look.
about that, baby?
It doesn't get through
Look
me
at
at all.
those big, brown, pearly eyes, huh?
Doesn't mean a thing.
The whole nation is being dissolved.
I'm looking right into your hot zap look. Your hot zap look doesn't mean a thing.
are you
Well,
crazy?
I tell you what you can do. You
Don't
can
touch me,
kiss one
baby.
eye, Kiss the
Easy,
other eye.
easy.
Kiss both eyes.
What?
Just kiss
What are you?
Kiss both eyes. Kiss the whole
Where's my money?
The whole thing.
Get it out, baby.
charms to soothe the savage breast. Let's test the truth of that saying. Marvel at the energy and frantic ways of today's young people. But young people of any generation, no matter how cool and hip they may be, must grow old. We take you now to an old folks' home for old hipsters. Piney Haven in the Dell, where we'll talk to a member of the old folks' home, Miss Granny Frickert.
You can call me Muddy.
Hello, Muddy.
Hey, honey.
My, you're a lovely lady.
Oh,
You know, I
bless
really...
your heart.
I feel that out of respect, I should call you Granny, don't you?
Whatever you want to.
Well, Granny, you know, I was just told you're 85 years old. How long have you been living here at Piney Haven in the Dell Old Folks Home?
Well, my parents sent me here when I was 40, which I thought was a little young.
Well, I understand that there are wonderful people here. What kind of friends have you made?
Are you kidding? They beat dogs, loosen wheels on the chairs, and hide teeth in the oatmeal, throw crutches. They're wonderful, all right. They're sick cats.
Well, I couldn't help but notice, Granny, that you're on a motorcycle.
Yes.
Now, certainly, they don't allow you to have a motorcycle in that place, do they?
You're kidding. Of course we're allowed to have motorcycles. We have drag races here every Sunday night. Race into the living room, into the dining room, down the kitchen and the back steps. They've got a rug bill here that won't quit.
There isn't any real physical exertion in your program here, is there?
You're putting me on, Daddy.
No.
Get a load of yesterday's schedule. 5 a.m., we have a 6-mile cross-country run. 5 after 5, breakfast. 2-ounce steak, a mug of beer, and anchovies. 5:30 to 6:30, we stand around and listen to each other's food digest. Then at 6:40 to 6:45, we throw rocks at the sunshine. 7:30, 8:30, everybody goes to their rooms and puts on makeup. Then from 9 until lunch, we lie around by the pool and squeeze one another and kiss and love. After lunch, we have optional knife throwing and hot rod claps. Then about 6 until we retire, cut out on our pads, we have adrenaline shots. I just had mine.
Look, Granny, I'm going to say good night now. I don't want to keep you up. I see it's way past your bedtime.
You're kidding. This is the time we really cut loose. Some of the girls and I are going over to Birdland and beat up on some birds. I've got high-octane Geritol in this crazy iron thing. I'll race you into the block there, Alex. Come on.
Good night, Grandma.
Good night, honey.
And now a message from our sponsor.
And now, before we leave you, a message to the United States. Mr. President, what did you think of tonight's show?
Well, to begin with, I will continue to watch this show because I consider Mr. Winters enjoyable, and Lady Bird likes him because she favors chubby people. I'd like to invite Mr. Winters to come on down to our ranch so Hubert can have somebody to teeter-totter with. Now, if I may, I'd like to talk about my operation.
Mr. President, Don't you think that some other occasion might be more appropriate? Mr. President, that's not all the time we have, Mr. President. Thank you and good night. So the world of Jonathan Winters continues spinning its orbit through the space of imagination. We hope that you, in the space of this half hour, have enjoyed the visit. Good night.